it's Shane Conto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And for all of you who grew up in the 90s and in the know, we have Happy Gilmore 2 coming out on Netflix this month. So we got a double dose of the Sandman cometh. And joining me, coming up to the T, Hilty, Mike.
Suck my white ass ball.
Will we just quote this whole movie? Maybe.
It might be pretty close.
But as always, each month, I love to have you on here. Mike Hilty. Happy Gilmore.
Looking forward to talking about this ridiculous movie that, why on earth is this getting a sequel? Like, honestly.
Because people from the 90s who love Adam Sandler are like, I'll eat that shit up.
I hope that it's good, but I'm not expecting very much. But this has all the makings of it being like Netflix's top movie of the year, doesn't it?
It's gonna. You have every person who grew up in the 90s watching Adam Sandler who's gonna watch this at least like 5-6 times.
Maybe more if it's good.
Yeah. So honestly, my feeling about this movie is I'm going in the same way I went in at Clerks 3, was like, I'm not expecting this to be good based off of recent track record, but like if this is good, I'm gonna love the shit out of this. And that is exactly what happened with Clerks 3.
Well, I also wasn't expecting Clerks 3 to hit as hard as it did, but
man.
But it did, and it was that hurt a lot.
But we are here indeed to talk about the 1996 sports comedy Happy Gilmore. And after his grandmother's house is repossessed by the IRS, a bad-tempered hockey player takes his talents to golf to earn the big bucks and get his grandmother's house back. This is directed by Dennis Dugan, who... wait a minute. This is directed by the head of the PGA Tour in this movie.
Is it really?
Yeah. I did not know that after all of these years. Because here's the thing. Do you ever think about who directed Adam Sandler movies in the 90s? No, they're just Adam Sandler movies.
No, I do not.
So, but yes, we have Adam Sandler as Happy Gilmore, as he must go toe-to-toe with PGA douchebag Shooter McGavin, played by Christopher McDonald.
Greatest name for a golfer ever, next to Tiger Woods and Arnold Palmer. Shooter McGavin. What a great...
And Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Grizzly Adams did
have a beard.
You eat pieces of... Yeah, this is how this is going to devolve. Yeah. Just us quoting this entire movie. Let's get into the critical analysis.
Okay, Mike, what are your general thoughts on Happy Gilmore?
Every time I watch this, I laugh my ass off. Objectively, is this a very good movie? No. However, there's something admirable about Happy trying to help his grandma that I greatly appreciate.
Yes.
Somebody that uses their skill in one sport to try to make it into another one. I got to give it a little bit of credit for that. Yeah. This has something to say a little bit about golf, where trying to liven up a otherwise kind of dreary sport. But beyond that, I mean, it's just all good, harmless fun. And
that's the thing too, because like this deals deeply in sports movie tropes. This is the underdog story. But yeah, I would agree. This has a good heart to it. Like there's an actual reason Happy's doing this. And very few of his movies in the 90s, Adam Sandler was like a genuinely nice protagonist, which we'll talk about in a minute when we get to our other film for this week. But like, you know, Happy's got anger management problems. He just will not let things go. and he's not very good in relationships.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes he's just trying to find the other half of a bottle, trying to be a nice guy.
Right.
And like, but this movie is legitimately hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard for me to reckon with just how much his movies got shit on by critics in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
When like I would bet like 99% of comedies today wish they were this consistently funny.
Probably. Yeah.
So like we were eating good in the 90s, and now it's hard to get comedies to go out in theaters and make a splash. Like even this is going straight to Netflix.
Right.
Happy Gilmore
Right.
too.
Right. Well, and then also, this was, granted, it's the 90s where comedies were not oversaturated as much as they were. And it's either it goes to theaters or it goes uh, direct to video or DVD in this
Mhm.
case. But Adam Sandler in the 90s had a pretty consistent track record of making okay to like good popcorn movies. And
Yeah.
this one, there you're right, it does borrow heavily from sports tropes where you you see the rise of success of an underdog, then you see something that like knocks him down a little bit where he loses a little bit of money, and then finally he's got to Willis Reed it, and he's got to play hurt and or play with a giant tower that was crashed into by a VW bug in front of him. So, but one thing that I also really like, and I rewatched this today, even though I've seen it a zillion times, but man, Carl Weathers does not get enough credit as
He
Chubbs.
commits
He is
fully.
fantastic in this.
Which, just to point out, this movie cost $12 million and made $42 million. This is why Adam Sandler has made so many movies and why Netflix gave him so much money. He prints gold.
He
Like he just print
he
that money.
keeps the budget low, which I don't know. The rest of Hollywood could take some cues from Adam Sandler in terms of paring things down a little bit and make it like sometimes you just need some B to C level movies in order to get some success. You know?
But getting back to your point, Carl Weathers is a veteran actor who's done
Hmm.
all these Rocky movies, The Predator, and comes in and completely commits to Chubbs Peterson.
Hmm.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
I'm just
And
trying to
he's like,
ease the tension, baby. I'm just trying to
yeah.
ease the tension.
And the fact that like he has a fake hand, like, and that alligator took my prime. And that's the thing. He is so committed to this performance and it feels so authentic. And
Hmm.
that's what's so important about it. And that's the thing. Christopher McDonald is such a great antagonist because this movie would not work without him too.
No.
Like this is a three-headed dragon of Adam Sandler, Christopher McDonald, and Carl Weathers because Christopher McDonald is just such a smug piece of crap in this.
Hmm.
It's just like, and Virginia, um, my one wrist is just slightly longer than the other,
Oh
and
my
it's
god.
like, just like,
Um, well, and not only that, it's bad enough that he is also like he's a douchebag who happens to be really talented at golf.
yes,
But
mhm,
it also makes it worse that he like tries to sabotage Happy in multiple ways by ruining his chances on the PGA Tour and also by wanting to buy his grandma's house just to, burn it down and piss on the ashes. Like, wow, that's
villain, like
that.
uppercase V villain in
Hmm.
Shooter McGavin,
Right.
and he is the perfect. He's a crap villain that it's so satisfying when he gets his comeuppance at the end, and it just when you can make a villain that good, it's
Hmm.
perfect. And like you have secondary antagonists like Ben Stiller. as the orderly in this. It's like, you're gonna go to sleep.
Or I will put you to sleep.
Or this. There's two things that my wife and I quote when one of us is complaining about our bodies or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Holes. Like, tired grandpa, too damn bad. And then this, my fingers hurt. Well, your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. And like Ben Stiller and that horseshoe mustache is
Oh my
just
god.
a
It's
vibe.
just...
And then I want to make sure. Oh yeah, Joe Flaherty as the jeering fan.
Oh
Oh,
man,
miss
that
this
was...
putt, you jackass.
Oh, just... I really wish that the script would have said, it's like, dude, just say whatever you want and just
Yeah,
see how you could distract him. Because not only that, during that same tournament, the other protagonist in that is Bob Barker as well.
which
And for them to turn Bob Barker into an antagonist in this is chef's
genius,
kiss. Good for them.
genius. The the host of The Price is Right, and a man who spends so much time spaying and neutering animals.
Mm-hmm.
This man gets in a fist fight with Happy Gilmore. It's like, Bob, you want a piece of me? No, I want the
Want the
whole
whole
thing.
damn thing. Oh, so good.
And he beats the it out of Happy. This is
Mm-hmm.
legitimately one of my favorite fight scenes in any movie because it's so unexpected and also so hilarious. And the fact that they got Bob Barker to commit to this is absolutely hilarious. And there's so many great supporting characters too, like Julie Bowen, an
Claire
age
Dunphy.
appropriate, yeah,
Claire Dunphy. Yeah.
an age appropriate love interest. And
Wait, what are you saying about Adam Sandler's choices for love interest? What do you mean? What do you mean, Shane?
I'm pretty sure I have to double check the statistics on this. He has had one female love interest that was older than him. Can you name
Yeah.
her?
I mean, is it...
Early 2000s.
Was it
It, the movie's a 1-2 punch of Adam Sandler and another famous
it's
actor.
Emma something? I
It's Anger Management and it's Marissa Tomei,
Oh,
who's
okay.
actually older than Adam Sandler.
Got it. Okay. All right.
But
I
like
I retract. That's all good.
they're roughly the same age here. And
Mhm.
it's refreshing. Like even Julie Bowen's like, they're not gonna call me back for
Mhm.
Happy Gilmore 2. They're gonna give him a much younger love interest.
Mhm.
Um and but like it's not the deepest love story, but like it's kind of
I
charming.
I'm going to disagree with you because friends don't listen to Endless Love while ice skating in the dark. Like, no. That's crazy.
As I was about to say, it's not the deepest love story, but this is legitimately charming.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
that whole thing, he's just like where he missed the shot, or like she hits the shot, he's like, oh, she's like, I didn't see it go in. I'm like,
Like that. Very nice. Very nice. And
move, and
oh,
then just pulls out some
oh,
guy singing.
that to me is just... that always gets me,
Yeah.
that scene, because it's so charming is a good word to put it. It's really charming, but just that scene is just punctuated by the Zamboni operator
Yeah.
just going for it on a lip sync of
Mhm.
Endless Love. Um, yeah, I just
Yeah.
I love it. I did want to shout out Alan Covert as Otto, which I didn't even
Yes.
know his name was Otto. The caddy.
Yeah.
I did not... like, I knew who that was because I've seen enough Adam
I'm
Sandler
Sandler
movies
movies.
to know that this guy is a regular in a lot of his movies.
Mhm.
But just the unsung hero. Okay, hero is a bit of a strong word, but he just does such a good job of just, just doesn't say a whole lot of anything. He's probably got like a handful of lines, but
I think it's a little
he,
slanted to the left. It's like, I think that's because you're only wearing one shoe.
oh yeah, but it's it's the little things that he does, like eating, like stealing Kevin Nielsen's quarter that he put
Yep.
down at the very beginning, or taking a bite of the cracker that he used to mark Happy's ball, um, or just even at the beginning when um, like Happy's like, "Hey, can I have a club?" and he's just looking off into the distance, all dopey looking. Um,
When he catches uh
oh,
the
the punter,
club,
yeah.
like that was legit. Just like hero moment for Otto over here.
Hmm.
Obviously Frances Bay, the grandma, so adorable.
Hmm.
And being a humongous James Bond fan and Jaws being my favorite henchman, when Richard Keel shows up as Mr. Larson, it's
Oh
just
my
like
god.
Mr. Gilmore did that not an hour ago. Like, and where it's just like, oh, you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Anytime someone says count, I always say that. And there have been a couple of times where people are like, "What? We are in a parking lot." I'm like, dude.
Come on. And it's just like, I had to hit the ball for Frankenstein's fat foot. And when you hear him beating the crap out of Shooter at the end and he's like screaming, just
Hmm.
beautiful. I want that man chasing after me. But there's just so many. Like you mentioned, Kevin Nealon, and like Will Sasso's one of the movers
Hmm.
at the beginning of the movie. There's just so many familiar faces just popping up throughout this movie.
I did also want to give a shout out to Lee Trevino as well, because
Mhm.
for somebody who's actually a legit golfer,
Yeah.
um, for him to have some of the like just the Grizzly Adams had a beard line
Yep.
is really great. Just the look, yeah, that look is fantastic. I love that.
Which so many great moments, like when like Tubbs die, like Tubbs dies falling out the window. It's ridiculous. When Happy kills the gator with his bare
Hmm.
hands, the whole mini golf. You're gonna die, clown.
The first time the first time that I can recall crying because I laughed so hard is when that clown spit out the ball. Like it's bad enough when when Happy hits the teeth and it just goes back. That's fine. But for that clown to to for Happy to get the ball in the clown's mouth and then for the clown to not only spit it out but to do the
Tua,
yeah,
that clown hot Tua on it.
just give it a good hot tua. Um,
It was just like
yeah, that's
it's just like you're gonna die, clown.
mhm.
And like how Happy engages with the ball. Don't you want to go home?
You're good for your home.
Home?
Answer me. This
Just
man, this is just it's a fun movie, and especially for golf, that is normally a pretty stuffy sport, doesn't get a whole lot of comedic chops, with the exception of Caddyshack
Shaq.
and Tin Cup, maybe. But other than that, golf is a pretty serious game.
Mhm.
So for them to inject a little life and levity into this is a lot of fun.
I will just like to say I do really appreciate the two theme songs of the movie. One, Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner. Um, just perfect. Like the wow, wow, wow,
Hmm.
wow, 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 and like that, like home video set up at the very beginning, giving all the background, and then we don't love him. Gary Glitter's kind of a piece of shit. More
Yes,
than kind
yes.
is a piece of shit, but
Hmm.
that
That song.
song
That
is
song fucking slaps. I don't care what anyone says.
like
It slaps. You're right. Gary Glitter's a piece of shit, but
I hear this song and I automatically think Happy Gilmore.
mm.
Like immediately.
So for me, the song is Jump Around by House of Pain. So there are two movies that I think of when I think of Jump Around by House of Pain. This and Mrs. Doubtfire. And
Yes.
this one is a much happier version of
Yep.
happy. Um, Poor caddy. Like I was a caddy for a long time, and man, people are assholes to caddies. Like a PSA for everyone out there listening. Clearly, the golfing crowd out there. Be nice to your caddies.
Yep. Be nice to your caddies. I'm like, do you have anything else that you wanted to add about Happy Gilmore?
I don't think so because I think we hit most of like the really great and memorable jokes. Um, I'm looking
Oh,
forward to the sequel. Oh,
the anti-happy plays where
mm,
Christopher McDonald had so much fun, you can tell.
mhm,
Like making out with the grandma's like his tongue and everything.
mhm.
Hilarious. But like the whole happy plays, that whole final match between them has all the dramatic up and downs you need. It's like somebody's closer. And then of course the crazy trick shot at the end, just
Yeah,
yeah,
that.
that's all.
Um, yeah, that all of that great stuff. Just the montage scenes of him just like continually winning on or like doing well on the PGA Tour. I love that they give him the big checks and he just like throws them in the back of his
Back of his
car.
car.
Um, the scene where he tries out for the hockey team and
Hmm.
you just realize how crappy of a hockey player he actually is.
Yeah.
Um, and I like one other part at the beginning that I will give a shout out to. They're more subtle moments, but anytime that Happy mentions his girlfriend, it's like, oh, she got hit by a car, she's dead.
Yeah.
That's just
And that whole entire breakup
mm.
where she just like nopes out and he's like, "Oh, come on, baby." And it's a little Asian lady comes through and he's
Oh, and
like,
then
he goes for it.
he goes for it. Yes, indeed. So
Good for you, Happy.
yeah,
Good for
good.
you.
Get it. Yeah, get it.
Oh, the Mista Mista lady? I think I just
I think I
killed her.
just killed her. Yeah.
Stop.
Oh. Uh, I do. Two people I do want to give a shout out to as well. The golf announcers. I don't remember who they are,
Yes.
but they're just top notch. They consummate professionals. Um, kind of reminds me of when Bob Costas was on basketball and
Yes.
just
Or I love the replacements, and it's Pat Summerall and John Madden's like, you know what I love is when like a fat guy gets a touchdown, so you can get a
Mhm,
fat guy touchdown dance.
mhm,
And no, like the announcers were so professional and made this feel like a legit golf movie. And I
mhm.
feel like that's an underappreciated element. Like they could have like some movies that go the comedic route, like Dodgeball. Obviously you have Gary Cole, but then Jason Bateman,
Oh, Jason Bateman is great in
oh
that. Cotton.
Cotton. Oh, that's a bold choice, Cotton. We'll have to see if that pays off.
Yeah, he will not be able to see. Like, yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
That or like even like Best in Show where
Mm,
Fred Willard is trying to announce it with an actual dog show announcer.
mhm.
Hilarious. So
Yeah.
hilarious. Fred Willard. Let's go to 1998, or should I say the 1980s? And it's
Mm.
time for the wedding singer. And Robbie, a singer, and Julia, waitress, are both engaged, but to the wrong people. Fortune intervenes to help them discover each other. Directed by Frank Karachi, who directed this, The Water Boy, Flick, Around the
Sensing
World in
a
80 Days.
sensing a trend for the most part.
Yep. Also, The Zookeeper and Here Comes the Boom, starring Kevin James.
Mm.
So there you go. But this is starring Adam Sandler as Robbie Hart and Drew Barrymore as Julia Sullivan, soon to be Julia Gulia.
Julia Gulia.
Yeah. And like Christine Taylor, Alan Covert, and Billy effing Idol.
Looking just, oh, he looks a little rough in this, but still good.
Well, to be fair, it was almost 2000, right?
Oh
But
yeah, for sure.
Mike, what are your general thoughts on The Wedding Singer?
I think the best way to describe The Wedding Singer is this movie is fucking adorable. It
Yes.
is just, I think of all of Adam Sandler's movies in the 90s, this one is the most accessible because you see kind of, you get the moments where Adam Sandler's himself,
Yeah.
right? You know, like the Somebody Kill Me song is definitely just, it's perfect. It's great,
Perfect.
but there is something that is just so lovable about Robbie Hart as a character. And dare I say, this might be my favorite Adam Sandler character because because he is just, he's incredibly talented. He's really sweet as
Mm.
well. And him and Drew Barrymore, their chemistry together is just off the charts.
It's legit.
It
It's so
is.
legit. Robbie is legitimately the best human being character that Adam Sandler plays. Like he
Mhm.
legitimately is the best character as a human being that Adam Sandler has played. And honestly, I'll say this, out of all of his comedies, I think this is the best actual movie
Yes.
out of his comedies because like this works. And you know, the 80s vibes are so important to this and like the musical aspects
Oh,
especially like
the soundtrack of this is off the charts. Like I was so upset when I got volume 1 and I was like, they left some of it off. And then they came out with volume 2. I was like, that's right. That's
there you
better.
go. And like this movie starts off with "You spin me right round, baby, right round." Because it's the thing, like Adam Sandler could actually sing
Yes, he
and
can.
perform. So like him as a wedding singer is perfect, and he's going getting into it so well. That whole opening number just sets the tone for the movie. Poor poor George, Alexis Arquette. Do you really wanna hurt me? Oh.
Mhm.
And like that's probably like the thing that aged the worst from this movie
Uh,
is that
I
everybody
would
treats George like a freak.
I would agree with that. Um, and also the everybody just not wanting to hear a culture club song. That also bums me out a little bit, but um that it's still kind of funny. Like just the, the part where George is singing the song again after it was just finished and just the reaction that George gets from the audience. Just I remember vividly hearing somebody say, "You suck,"
Yeah,
and
and it's specifically one of the Adam Sandler friends.
mm,
Oh, which because it's like I don't know if you see his face in this, but like you hear him scream that. It's so perfect. But
mhm.
like, and then like the love stinks
Oh yeah,
when his heart's broken and he has to get up there. It's like the meet with the mutants at
the
table.
the mutants over at table 9. I anytime that there's a table 9, I always say, "Oh, you're the mutants at table 9," and they're like, "What?" Like, just just go with it. It's fine.
And it's just like sideburns lady. Love stings. Love stings. And like just that whole sequence is perfect up to the dad father of the punching it
Just
right in the
decks him.
face.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
even that beginning sequence with Steve Buscemi, just he there are so many just random people that just show up in this
yes.
movie with like a scene or two that is fantastic, but it's a tie between Steve Buscemi, Billy Idol, and John Lovitz, who
Oh my God. So, first off, Steve Buscemi as the train wreck brother best man
oh my god.
is something special. It's like, never gave me lessons, Dad.
Thank you
And
very much, Pop. You're a moron. And
yeah,
then he gets his happy ending at the end because he becomes a wedding
to be
singer
a wedding
himself.
singer. Yeah. And then John Lovitz.
Mm.
It's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. And like his whole entire sophisticated mama. And that whole performance one is hilarious. And then he's like, oh, so you won't be getting this.
This.
and then, and then after Adam Sandler does his whole like tearing his heart out like grunge style song, just lays it all out. This they kill me.
Mm.
The one of the greatest lines ever in a comedy. He's completely lost his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits. And the
But
curtain just closes.
well, and then what sells it the most is John Lovett's crazy look that he
Yes.
has while the curtain's closing, which the curtain looks like it's just floating towards him, which is hilarious. But
Mhm,
uh John Lovitz is just amazing in this.
mhm.
I loved it so much.
Just all the musical aspects are great. All the costumes, like how they're
Mm,
all dressed, is absolutely wild. Um, Adam Sandler gives a really good performance in this movie, mullet and all. And like what you said, him and Drew Barrymore have like off the charts chemistry together.
mhm,
Like they make such a great couple on screen because they had this and 50 First Dates, and just they have such good chemistry. And I was sold from that opening scene. Like, I want Robbie and Julia to be together.
mhm. And
Julia Gulia, Julia, Mrs. Julia Hart. And
mhm.
like that whole thing that just gets me. And I'm just like, all of that is so great. And I buy so much into them getting and like getting together. Like the whole airport. It's like, thanks, flock of seagulls. And getting on the plane and coming up with that whole entire thing. And like Billy Idol helping him get the
Mhm.
girl at the end. It's just so ridiculous over the top, but it's so charming.
But that song at the end, that that's a way to do a callback to something because genuinely one of my favorite parts of this movie is Adam Sandler or Robbie teaching this little old lady to sing Till There Was You to her husband for this anniversary, which Rosie as a character is a lot of fun.
Mm.
Paying somebody in meatballs is objectively hilarious.
And
Um,
then the shaking his hands with the meatballs in it.
mhm.
Oh
And
my god.
the scene that got like the most play in the trailers was her doing like Rapper's Delight, which I understand that being a thing, but the part where she's singing and it just looks so happy, and that's when Robbie realizes that's what I want. I just want
Yeah.
someone to grow old with. And then that song is legit legit like a fan favorite of mine. It's really great.
It's so good. And just their connection and that whole moment is just so wonderful. What's interesting, I was looking at the trivia. Carrie Fisher did a touch up on the script
Mm.
to flesh out Julia as a character.
And I think that was the right call because
Mhm.
I could see a scenario where all she is just like a random person that they run into each other once and then that's it. But the fact that like she's a waitress, like they're
Yeah.
quote unquote they're in the industry where
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of overlap for them. I'll be done soon. Sorry, kids. But and I will be sure to edit that out. But Julia as a character, um, she's almost like naive to the point where like how can you not see this? But also, she's just got this air about her where she's just endlessly optimistic, and you
Mm,
see that she's just like a perfect match for
mhm.
Robbie. But you know that they're eventually going to figure it out by the end. But um, yeah, just
Glenn
the journey is
Julia,
great.
Matthew
Oh,
Blade is such an asshole.
such such a douchebag.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Is this guy in like much of anything else? No, not really.
I've recognized his. Oh yeah, he was in Argo.
Yeah.
But like, I loved Christine Taylor in this as the slutty best friend. Um,
Hmm.
her just like embodying that, where it's just like, I did like I didn't kiss her. It's like, kiss who? Oh, Holly. It's
Hmm.
like I kissed her. I He kissed Holly. It's like, well, hasn't everybody? I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, what a thing to
No,
say.
yeah.
And then the fact that she kind of like
She's
acknowledges it,
just
I'm just like owning
mhm.
it. And then Alan Covert has one of his biggest roles in any of these Adam Sandler movies, and he's a fun, like supporting character as the limo driver who's also like a hound dog.
Yeah, but also what he says at the end, like, look, I just want someone to hold me and tell me that everything's gonna be all right. And and our boy Blue just comes in and just, everything's gonna be all right, which good good stuff. Yeah, like you're right. Alan Covert doesn't get a whole lot of stuff to do in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. He's relegated to like side character. But this is one where it's like I think this is the proper amount that we could get out of him with even a touch of levity at the very end because he's he's supportive of Robbie in a lot of ways. They're good friends. I love that one party he goes to where he's wearing the Michael Jackson jacket.
Yes.
Um, and but he's also quote unquote in the industry as well because he's the limo driver.
Yep. They're all crew. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, the bar mitzvah. There's like
Mm,
there's only four there's only four Jewish families in town.
yeah. So
And
he's eventually gonna have to go back to playing weddings.
him saying like all the Jewish music and stuff like that. The bar mitzvah was so much fun, and you know this film just obviously it goes by the rom com playbook of all of these beats and stuff like that, but there's just so much heart and
Hmm.
charm and soul to this movie, and such great casting, especially with the two leads who just really make it come together. This is a special movie, and like I hope that like when Adam Sandler's done acting and stuff like that, he looks back and like Wedding Singer is one of the great ones
There,
that I did.
yeah, there. I hope that there is a special place in Adam Sandler's heart for this movie because I feel like it plays to all of his strengths. That
Mhm,
he goes a little manic at times, but he doesn't go manic all the time. He's just a regular person in this. He's a regular person with a good heart and also
mhm,
showcasing his singing talent as well.
mhm.
Um, yeah, it's this one is definitely one that I don't think a lot of people think of when they think of Adam Sandler's best because the conversation is dominated by Happy Gilmore
Yeah,
and Billy
Billy
Madison,
Madison.
which is the one that I'm sure most people are like, Shane, why didn't we pick Billy Madison? And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that we were gonna pick Billy Madison too, but I'm glad we picked this one
I picked
because
The Wedding Singer because I love this movie. But
Mhm.
like Billy Madison's hilarious too. It's probably one of the biggest examples of him just being an asshole
Oh yeah, for
kind of
sure.
character, which
Mhm.
I think one of the biggest issues with me and his work starting in the 2000s is that every character just turned out to be an asshole. And
Mhm.
he wasn't young and dumb and naive. He was a middle-aged asshole.
It
And
was
then it's
just
just like,
it's turning out to be a choice
yeah.
at this point. Um, and there's two things that I kind of just want to talk. Two other things I wanted to talk about with this is that one, the 80s setting in this, although doesn't feel completely necessary, it just adds to like the
Yeah.
love of this movie. Just so many little Easter eggs about the 80s,
Mhm.
uh, be it like a joke in the script or just, the DeLorean at the club, different things like that.
Don
Uh,
Johnson.
it's just outstanding. And then the last thing too is that you mentioned from like a romantic comedy standpoint, it hits all the tropes, but this is a romantic comedy where I look at these two and I think these two are going to go the distance. These two are going to stay together forever. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about this, because there's so many rom-coms out there where you look at the couple and you're just like, why are these two together? Like, are these two ever going to are I don't see them, lasting much longer after this movie is done. But this is a rare instance where I'm like, these two are meant to be together.
It's like, Robbie, you should have been together from the start. It's like, well, that would have been information that would have been helpful
Yes.
yesterday. Which that's also one of my favorite quotes to quote from this movie. I actually said that today
Mm,
at work.
very nice.
So there you go. Just these are a couple, like, obviously Abby Gilmore's much more of that like dumb 90s comedy that you expect from Adam Sandler, but it's
Hmm.
still so much fun. And then The Wedding Singer is a lovely little film that was just
Yep.
like, hey, after I, played Little Nicky, decide which Little Nicky has a soft spot in my heart, but like that is objectively like one of his worst
Hmm.
90s comedies. It just there's some choices for sure.
Yes, I would have
um,
to agree with that.
but this was a great way to like also show off like Adam Sandler did some like legit acting in here where he had to
Hmm.
show some emotion and stuff like that. But that is a double dose of Adam Sandler, the Sandman, getting us ready for a Happy Gilmore 2 coming to you on Netflix.
Hmm.
I would totally go into a theater to go watch Happy Gilmore 2.
I probably would too. I would have to agree to that.
Hey, in 3 years, I'd go to the what would it be, the 30th anniversary of The Wedding Singer.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would
I'd go,
definitely do that.
I'd see that re-release. I'm like, thank you as always for coming on and chat movies with me.
Thanks for indulging me on this one. Appreciate it, and looking forward to chatting with you more again soon.
And thank you all for listening. Next week, Luke and I are going to do a double dose of Danny Boyle films with Shallow Grave and one film that I had never heard of, A Life Less Ordinary. And
Mm.
then next month, in honor of the new legacy sequel, The Naked Gun, we are going to talk about The Naked Gun from the files of Police Squad. If you thought these comedies were dumb, just you
Oh.
wait until we talk about The Naked Gun. And also from Abrams and Zucker, also Top Secret.
Mhm.
But thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What is your go to Adam Sandler movie? What do you think is his best movie? Make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPDM Crew podcasting network is ever expanding. I have so much great content, all kinds of different shows on different topics. But if you want to join the crew, make sure to reach out to us on our website. And whether it's you want to be a guest on one of the shows or you want to start your own show. And if you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. Most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network.